229 In this manner, God intended to build the kingdom of heaven on earth through his own children, born of his heavenly lineage. The primary significance of the fall was that the first human ancestors formed a bond of blood ties with the Archangel. Therefore, all of humanity has been bound to Satan's lineage. 230 Every human being has been born as a child of the devil. 231 The first human ancestors fell to the position where they no longer had any connection to God's lineage. Accordingly, the ultimate purpose of God's providence of restoration is to transform fallen people who have no connection to God's lineage into children born of God's direct lineage. Let us look further at the Bible for evidence of this hidden purpose behind God's providence. Adam's family, whose members committed the fall and the first murder, was bereft of any relationship with God. At Noah's time, a direct relationship with God could not be restored due to the mistake of his second son, Ham. Nevertheless, because Noah had demonstrated utmost devotion, his family could stand in an indirect relationship with God as a servant of servants. 232 This was the nature of humankind's relationship with God, attainable prior to the Old Testament age. Abraham, the father of faith, with his family, established the family foundation for the Messiah. They and their descendants, God's chosen people, were elevated to the position of God's servants. 233 This was the nature of humankind's relationship with God, attainable in the Old Testament age. In the days of Jesus, the disciples, who stood upon the foundation of faith Jesus had laid from the position of John the Baptist, were elevated from the position of servants to the position of adopted children, to rise further from this state and become the children of God's direct lineage. They should have first established the foundation of substance and the foundation for the Messiah by serving and obeying Jesus absolutely. Had Jesus stood as the Messiah upon that foundation, they could have been engrafted with him both spiritually and physically, and attained complete oneness with him.